friends, Impact Guns, Tactical Doodle, fondling an ultra cool Fmjs 90 5.7 by 28 mil. You guys have seen my 5.7 pistol review. Thank you, Impact. They're the ones that hosted it. What do you know? Their inventory has come up a bit. Last time we were in Impact, their inventory kind of sucked because everyone was buying it. It was pretty much, I had a few guns, but there were a lot that were sold out. So what we're going to do is a Nut and Fancy store visit with Impact Guns here in Utah. We thank them much for hosting us. Impact is one of these places that allow you to see a lot of cool guns, knives, tactical gear. Without them, a lot of my reviews would not be possible, truth be told. So you can thank Impact for this, and they give me free run the store to show you guys what they have. A lot of it's cool. These are some 870s. Yeah, you'll see my tabletop review on this quintessential combat shotgun. It's being sold for $380, which I think is a fair price on that pump action gun. Personally, I would never buy an 870 without an extended mag from the factory on it if I had an option. This one has, I think, the standard 4-round tube on it. And look at that one. There's the Desert Recon 870. That is a good looking gun. Selling it for $650. You know, you could mimic the same type of results with Duracoating, which you'll see in some Nut and Fancy project vids coming up. In fact, I have some completed. I just have to get time to edit and make them. That's a good looking stock. That's a speed feed stock, if I'm not mistaken. Holds a couple extra rounds. You know, is it useful? I don't know. Whatever you do, however you carry your ammo on your shotgun. And ammo, I think, for a shotgun is the weakest link, because it doesn't hold a lot of rounds and it's going to take constant reloading, but you got to practice with it. Me, I like the side saddle. That's how I practice. And then I'll come out of the tactical vest, just like you saw Doodle Eye and Desert Gunnery. Actually, we weren't doing shotgun reloads on that so much, were we? Let's see, what do we got? We got some Mossbergs 500 series. A lot of Mossberg fans. Some guys ask me about Mossbergs. Say, hey, do you like, you know, Winchester? Not that the 1300 is being made anymore, but maybe Benelli, Remington, Mossberg. What's your favorite? If I bought a Mossberg, it probably would be this type of military shotgun, this one. I don't know if I would need the heat shield. That's kind of hokey. I never shoot my shotgun so fast that I need to do that, generally speaking.
You should.
We'll get to that one.
Brought out something special for you.
That's sweet. That's a slim foregrip, which I prefer, SIG 5.56. I'll get to that in a sec. 500s are good shotguns. I don't think they're quite as smooth in my own firing as an 870 or a Winchester 1300. That's just me, though. You know, other guys swear by them. The standard model, like this one, see how that's got that sheen, that bluing on it? To me, that just isn't a... It just doesn't turn me on. It just seems like the fit and finish on them are not quite as good. I know it's got a lot of fans, and a lot of guys will parrot the fact that Mossberg was the only shotgun to, you know, go through the military trials. For that, I say, whatever. You know, all I know is this, is that an 870 never dies. You have police departments that have had them for 30 years, and the armors just rebuild them. I've had friends with thousands and thousands of rounds through their 870s, zero problems. The Winchester that we own, actually I've owned several 1300s, they've had thousands, I don't know, thousands, probably over 2,000 rounds through them, never had any pieces fall off. So, you know, I don't know. They're a good gun, they just don't turn my fancy like a Remington 870 or a Winchester 1300 does. It's kind of a funky muzzle attachment on this one. I don't know if I'd go for that.
Totally go for it.
This is an auto Mossberg for $470. That's for an automatic shotgun. Granted, that's only a 4-round tube, if I'm not mistaken. That's not a bad deal. I kind of wish all shotguns had screw-in chokes, even the combat kind. I know some are doing that, and you know, you have that muzzle attachment device on the Remington 870 Desert Recon. I like the screw-in chokes. I like being able to modify how I'm throwing my pattern. You know, number 4 buckshot will throw differently than double-aught buck. So that's some shotguns here at Impact. Cool. Good selection. It's hard to find a good selection of combat shotguns, you know? This is one of the few places. All right, so Doodle has got 5.56. Some guys have been asking for the tabletop review of this gun. I will get around to it sometime, but I want to put more trigger time on it myself before I do it, and that's sometimes hard to do because these guns are not easy to find. And I'm talking, you know, my guys or my associates that own them, you know, because I can't just take it out from a gun store and go popping rounds out of it. I've got to find someone who owns it and that's willing to let me go shoot it. I like this fore-end on a 5.56 much better. It harkens back to the 1980s versions of the old 5.56s, the SIGs, and this is a huge improvement over the railed fore-end, in my opinion. If you want to see what the railed fore-end is like, go to see my vid, Arm Serenity. Can't speak. See the vid, Arm Serenity, and then sadly missing my buddy. He had a Coyote Brown one with a rail on it. How do you like that?
I like it.
Dig it? I think they're a little bit heavy. For as thin a barrel as they are heavy. They're weighing around without optics, 8 pounds. They did improve the rear sight on this. This has an H&K style rear sight, which is a big improvement on the emergency backup, which I can't tell. Yeah, that one still has it. You can see it folded under there. That's the emergency backup flip-up sight. Cool, though. But it doesn't. It's hokey though, because it doesn't stay up. You flip it up and it can flip back down.
Because hokey doesn't mean it can't be cool.
I know. The key word there is emergency. Yeah. You wouldn't use it. Do you like that diopter rear sight though?
Not super much.
Why?
Because I like something more open. I feel like
well, you got different apertures.
I'm well aware of that. And you have
rotate. It's okay. I mean, I wouldn't have that gun and not throw an optic on it. So a little bit heavy, barrel's a little bit thin, and very expensive, but it's still a huge improvement over what the 5.56, the other rail used to be. In my opinion, your mileage may vary. Let's see what else we got up here. There's a Remington. I get the feeling these are not selling too well. This is that Remington, was it XCR, whatever it is, VTR. And that is a trapezoidal barrel. It's that funky barrel. The problem with this is, one, it's vented on the top, and two, how are you going to thread that for a suppressor? For you guys that want to run a suppressor on your 308, tough. On the upside, the stock is okay. It's an olive drab stock. It's got inserts in it, lightweight. The price doesn't break the bank, so all that's good. Then we have that FN Browning auto type gun. Good reviews. I hear that they're fairly accurate, fairly reliable. They are expensive and kind of odd looking. A lot of guys will dig it though. Decent. Let me stop and switch the battery. All right, I told you guys on my Phoenix flashlight reviews that I was waiting for a tactical light that would use the Cree technology, the new LEDs, and I think this is it. This is a Streamlight TLR-3, brand new, and it uses what they call C4 LED technology. Not sure on the price of this. I would think it's around 80-ish or something. And then you can see this is a XD compact. Oh, XD fans, there you go. They're selling that one today, $500. You might see some of the prices come down on all guns. I'm hearing, at least at this store, I've heard it at another store, that sales on all guns is kind of flatlining, really slowing down. Could be related to the fact there's not much ammo out there, whatever caliber you want to choose. And if you do find it, it's extremely expensive. So there's a compact 40 SD with that TLR on it. That's really cool. I note, and the proprietor of the store showed this to me, that it doesn't snap lock on the rail. You have to lock it with a screw. Still decent though. And after shooting in the desert with several lighting options, we like the LED best, even against something really bright like a really bright Streamlight offering. I like the LEDs. They're really nice. Great light. Look how compact that light is too. Very, very nice. That's a TLR3 by Streamlight. Yeah, I may do a tabletop on it, may not. Hey, here's my take on 50s, and I may do some 50 reviews later. I do have some buds that own some 50 cal rifles of different types, but it's expensive. Everybody I know that owns a 50 caliber rifle cannot afford to shoot it. Don't you think, Doodle?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, they can't afford it. Do you know?
Oh, 50, yeah.
50 cal.
I've yet to meet anyone who has it as more than a collector's device.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to sit unused. Unless you're a reloader and that's the only caliber you load, 50 cal, then you're probably set. That's a Barrett 99. Nice desert coating on it. $4,400. You may have shown that in another vid. I forget, you know. I can go back and watch them. There's a Barrett 82. Quintessential semi-automatic. Barrett, heavy. These things rock. Not the most accurate 50 out there, but they are cool. It's one you guys all play in your video games. Don't most video games have the semi-auto Barrett?
Much every with a Desert Eagle as a sidearm.
And then the player in there, you like grab your Barrett and run around, and like the guy can like sprint run with a 40-pound Barrett, right?
Yeah.
With optics and ammo in it. Guys, don't get confused between video games and real life. If you were to hump this M82 or the M107 in the military, talk to the operators that have doodles like whisper me and distracting me. What are you telling me?
If we can buy this.
He says he wants that.
It's 45.
There's no way.
And look, it's already thrashed.
Guess what? I wouldn't be putting it on a USP, bro.
I know,
Not so
like
much.
USPs.
Yeah, back to what I was saying. Hump around a Barrett and tell me how you liked it. Super not fun. Dude, check this out. EAA M93, $4,700. Another 50 cal option. That thing's a monster. Do a slow pan for you guys so you can oogle at it. I do these videos for a lot of reasons, and it's definitely not to advertise, impact. I'm not doing that. It's just for gun porn, for everybody who loves to see it. A lot of overseas viewers would love to come to a gun store like this and check this stuff out. They never will be able to. Unfortunately, they've lost their rights due to a number of reasons, one of which is gun owners, like in the UK, became fragmented, and they allowed some gun stuff to pass with their fragmentation. This is a Sage International stock, and here's Nut and Fancy's take on it. Hate it. Hate it. It's a heavy, very unwieldy stock. It adds several pounds to your M1A or M14, whatever you're throwing it on. Yes, I know the military uses it, and supposedly they keep ordering it. I had a buddy have it, and guess what? It was Bucket Nuster. He had this. He sold it. He didn't like it either. It's just not ergonomic. It's not comfortable on the cheek. It's extremely heavy, very wide fore-end, and it's expensive too. I don't know what the price is on that. This gun apparently is $1 million though. Meaning that's a demo gun. They're not selling it. But I don't like it. M1As, however, M14s I do like. It's just the stock I'm talking about, the Sage International stock. You could do a lot better. Let's go down this way. We're going to get into a few accessories. Pocket Shark by Cold Steel. There's a Karambit FGX. That's their polymer Karambit. I know a lot of you guys are huge Karambit fans. Very dedicated design for fighting. Not much utility, if any at all. This is a really good price on the Remington 597. 30-round mag. That's the cheapest I've seen in any store, 19 bucks. This makes a Remington 597, in my opinion, a Nut and Fancy run and gun option. To have a 22 that's set up for run and gunning, you need a high capacity magazine. I like to call them normal capacity magazines. 30 rounders is what you need. 10 rounders won't work. And these magazines open that possibility up for a 597 Remington. Yes, you may see a 597 getting tested in the Nut and Fancy project. There's some Hot Lips mags. Guys, if you have a choice between regular Hot Lips, which are 100% polymer, or the little bit more expensive Steel Lips magazines, maybe a lot more expensive. This one's $31 today. Price is subject to change. You can find them online, cheaper. Steel Lips are the way to go. My favorite 1022 magazine is the Tactical Innovations Polymer magazine. You've seen them in our run and guns a lot. There's a GSG5 mags. That's that MP522 I did an initial tabletop on last year. Ruger 20-round mags. And we get to their ergo section. This is kind of an interesting aside. Talking to the manager of the store, they used to have a very big ergo selection. And when I say ergo, I'm talking Falcon Products or Falcon Industries. That's the company. They make a lot of good stuff. This vertical grip is okay, albeit way overpriced. But that's a good vertical grip, good pistol grip. But they fired their rep here that serviced the store, and they kind of upset some people by doing that. And the current rep doesn't come in and stock it. So that's why you see basically nothing in the ergo section. Kind of a shame, really, because they make a good product, but I don't know if they're having some people problems there, or managerial, better said. P-Mags for 16 bucks, pure black, no window. That's not bad. For a store that you can walk into, that's decent. And then all kinds of magazines. We've shown this before, but their stock does change time to time. Thermold AK mags. Here's a little aside. I don't really like AK-47 polymer mags. The reason why is because almost all of them will have reinforcing ribs on the outside of them, kind of like this Pro Mag, and it makes them very hard to stack side by side in your tactical vest, if not impossible. Pretty much every pocket you have will be able to hold one polymer frame mag. What you got?
What about getting these?
Get them.
I may be willing just to try the tan on gray on black.
It's your call. Your money. Some night sights there. Decent. Innova's a good light company. Phoenix are my favorite, and what do you know? Here Impact has some Phoenix lights. LD20, can't speak. That's a good light. Haven't reviewed that one. The little tiny lights are okay. I like the L1D, the L2D, P3D, and then the successor to the P3D is a good light too. I think Streamlight is kind of, and Surefire has kind of been blown out of the market by Phoenix. I mean, here you have a light. Let's just take this LD20, for example. $67. It's going to put out a max of 180 lumens, okay? And if you stack that against, I don't know, just because it's here, E2L, and that one runs $150. No, and that's not Impact's fault. That's what they sell for. I mean, their dealer cost is going to reflect the same type of price difference. So you have a light, same quality, half price. Now, do you know why I'm a Phoenix fan? You know why I do tabletops for you guys? That's why. I mean, why spend $150 on a light when you get the same quality, durability, brightness, multi-modes for less than half? Less than half. There's some bases, all kinds right there. Isn't this fun? I love coming to this store. Pierce grip extensions, magazines. Some guys will say, hey, do I need to have some magazines on, or some magazine springs on hand to swap out? I would say generally you do not. It would be a rare occasion that you would run your magazine spring out to the level you need to swap it out. If you keep your magazine loaded all the time, yeah, maybe every 6 months swap it out with a fresh mag. And yes, I do have a few magazine springs on different gun systems, but it's not a priority. The springs that come out today, the chrome silicone springs, are so good, it's rare you're ever going to have a problem. By the way, this is a cool accessory if you can find it. Apparently Impact has it for 15 bucks. This is a banana clip. I know that's the wrong terminology. It's a magazine holder for the 1022. Made by, you can see the website there. This is really cool. It has a steel clip that you clip on your belt. I don't know if I've shown that before. If I have, apologize. I can't remember all the things I've talked about in my store visits before. More magazines, more magazines. There's SR9 mags, which, how you doing, are not cheap. 30 bucks, and they haven't come down in price. So affordable gun, not so affordable magazines. Here's your XD selection. Let's go to ammunition. Believe it or not, let's go over here first. There's some customers here I don't want to show on camera. But Doodle's over there cavorting with the gun counter dudes. Probably trying to get a deal of some sort on those grips. Don't blame them. Okay, so PMC, they got several thousands of rounds of PMC. This is a great 223 round. And yeah, they're about 10 bucks a box is what they're going for. You know, it'd be nice if they were selling it for like a lot less, maybe 7 bucks a box. But Impact, like most retailers, are going to price their things so they can maintain stock. Let's go over here to ammo, because it sucks. I mean, let me show you another box ammo, which I think is exorbitantly priced. Well, Blazers. Okay, here's Blazer. 124 grain Fmjs, 18 bucks a box. You know, to me, that's 3 times the normal amount that I've paid in years past. But the manager told me, he's like, well, if I price these normal price, let's say, I don't know, you know, 9 bucks a box, they fly off the shelves and I have none. So there you have it. So take your pick. You know, they want to sell it, but they also want to maintain stock. It's that old, you know, supply and demand rules of economics. It plays with ammunition too. This is an interesting load. That critical defense FTX round, 115 grain. I was going to buy these and do some reviews on them, but I don't think my testing protocol would be anything scientific, and it'd just be basically an arbitrary shoot. I still may do that. I have a lot of requests for ammo reviews. Basically any high quality ammo, especially if you go in the plus P category, is going to serve you well. There's a 9mm, 124 grain tap. I kind of feel that in 9mm, if you go 124 grain plus P with like a nice TAP is excellent. Also, the gold dots, Starfires, that's a 357 mag box, but Starfires are excellent. Any of those, I think you're going to get adequate stopping power. Yes, you can clog the hollow point up with clothing. It may fail to expand. But keep in mind, handgun is an emergency defensive tool, and it's subject to failure just by virtue of what it is. It's an underpowered gun. But at least they have ammo in. I mean, I came here, a month ago or something, and this whole shelf was picked clean pretty much. So ammo's coming in. That's good to see. And on the other side, they got more. And yeah, it remains expensive, pretty much. Here's some tactical shotgun accessories. I love the Tacstar side saddle. That's what we have on that 870. You like it?
It's okay.
It's been good for us. And it holds the rounds even when you're running and gunning very nicely. See what here? Here's some 1022 selection. There's some negotiating going on, so sorry for the over talk. Pink 1022, that's the carbine. That's the short one. Standard 1022, that's the matte one. Love this camouflage one in the mossy oak. Isn't that cool? It's very cool. Let's see their price on the regular 1022. Yeah, it's kind of high. A lot high. 226 is a lot for that. I say come in here and wheel and deal with them. Talk them down. This is a very cool gun. This is not a hiking gun though. Bug at Nuster had one of these. I told him not to get it because we were going out up in the mountains backpacking, doing some informal plinking in the snow. And I said, dude, I would not get the Target 1022. It's just too heavy. He got it and he sold it. It is too heavy. For bench rest or if you're not going a long ways, it's a superior gun. It's very accurate, but just heavy. There's one of those carbines. You saw that in the run and gun last summer when we did the 1022 run and gun. Love that little carbine barrel. It's so tiny, 16 inches. That one has a fiber light pipe front sight on it. Decent. Although it's going to be a shorter sight. Well, I guess it's about the same as a regular 1022. Never mind. Here we go in the Cricket single shotguns. That's a Henry Arms one. That's an ugly stock, that orange. Pink, that would be a good girl's gun there. I think I showed that when I did my Cricket and Chipmunk single shot review. Look it up. If I think about it, I will annotate it. If not, Charger pistol. It's cool. I had a Charger pistol, and I'm going to tell you, it jammed on me a lot. Don't know why. Do not know why. The Charger, it was jamming on me, and then I don't know if it's breaking, and then afterward, I don't know, a couple hundred rounds, it started being reliable. I've never seen that with a 1022 action ever, though. I sure like the looks of it, though. Isn't that a cool look? That stock. It's a very good looking gun.